Hi guys, welcome or welcome back again to another episode here on my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel and my space, hello and welcome. My name is Becca. I'm a migrant registered nurse. I practice and I live and I work in the United Kingdom. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why people are leaving the United Kingdom from my perspective and from my own point of view. If I am going to be leaving the United Kingdom, these are the reasons why I will consider leaving the UK. That doesn't mean I am leaving anytime soon, but I am just saying that if plans should change and I decide to look elsewhere, this will be my top 3 reasons why I will leave the United Kingdom. But as it stands now, as I've said, I don't have any plans of leaving yet. However, I know quite a lot of people around me that are leaving based on these 3 same reasons, and they are leaving without even looking back. For me, leaving the UK is not an option for me because, as I told you guys, I won an American lottery with my family in 2020 before I came to UK, and I still chose to come to the UK over the US. So for me, the US is not even an option for me. Australia is also not an option for me because it's far from home. We all have our reasons for doing things, but for me, the UK is a country where I have come to find peace. I've come to find quietness. The lifestyle and the people here matches the kind of life that I want to live. That quiet life, that, you know, having that simple and quiet life. That is what I can relate to, and the UK gives me all of those things. So for now, I don't see myself leaving. But the reason why, 3 reasons why people are leaving the UK is even not funny anymore. Number 1 is the tax. The tax in the UK is killing. It's killing. And I'm saying this based on my personal experience because as I speak to you currently, I am on 40% tax. So any money that I make, any money that I work for, 40% goes to the UK government. I am not saying this because I want to scare you, but it is the honest truth. This is me telling you that I am now on a 40% tax. One thing about the UK system that I will say in a nutshell is that it does not encourage hard work. Because imagine you work like 60 hours a week. If you are doing a 12-hour shift, that is 5 long shifts a week. Or if you are doing 6 shifts, that is 72 hours a week. Let's say you are paid around £5,000 and 40% of that money goes to the government and then 60% comes to you. It means that what comes to you is around 3,000 thereabouts. That comes to you. Meanwhile, somebody is not working that much. They are on minimum income allowance. So because they are not earning much, the government gives them allowance on the little that they are earning on top of their money. These same people are on benefits like universal credit. They are on benefits like single employment. They have a lot of these benefits. However, you on the other hand, you are not on any of these benefits, and the little that you make out of your own hard work, sleepless days and nights, going through all of these things, 40% goes to the government. I know most of you are quick to say that maybe you are on the wrong tax code, or maybe you should call HMRC to sort out the issue. Yes, I did. I called HMRC, and what they told me is that based on the income you made last year, that is how we are able to project how much you are going to be making this year. Like, come on, seriously, hello? Who told you I'm going to work the same way I worked this year? Like, seriously, for me, this year I've got my kids with me, so I have cut down my hours. I have slowed down on how much I work, and I am not even earning as much. And that little that I am earning, you are still taking 40%, telling me that it is based on my last year projection. And this is not because I am owing tax, because I asked them, is it that I am owing tax and you are taking out of this money? They said no. I called a couple of my friends, and funny enough, some of my friends even had a letter from HMRC telling them that they own £1,500, £5,000 that they have to pay, that they are not even going to take from their salary. They have to pay that money in cash, or I don't know how they intend to take that money, but that is how much they are owing. And you have to pay this money. I will put on this screen somebody's tax for 1 year. A friend of mine, very close friend, tax for 1 year that he is going to be paying for a calendar year in the UK. I tell you what, if you are not strong-headed, if you are not determined to keep going, to keep pushing, This is going to deter you. A lot of people in UK are not living on survival mode because salaries are not increased. It's the same amount of money you are making, and out of this little amount of money, you are paying 30% tax, 40% tax. I am paying 40% tax. Listen, it entered my soul. The day they wrote to me and told me that I'm going to be paying 40% tax, it entered my system. If not for the fact that I am rooted for the UK, like, I don't even know what I would have done. But anyways, that is life. The little that you're making, 40% is going out to the government. If you want to stay in one job and just be happy in that job with the little that you take, then you can go down to 20% or 30%. Listen, I don't even know, but the tax just goes to the government. Basically, that is what puts a lot of people off from staying in. Number two, which is no news, which I know that everybody in the world has heard about the UK, that we are going in a period or in a phase of recession, is that there is a skyrocketed cost of living. It's not funny. The cost of living now in the UK is insane, and I know it is like that in most parts of the world. I know people back home are also crying, but listen, it's just insane. The things that I bought last year, I went on grocery shopping yesterday, and some of the things have doubled in price. Like, some are 30% increased in price. Salaries have not increased, and I mean, this is causing a bit of fear and panic in people, especially in migrants like myself, who are not on any kind of benefit at all. Groceries has increased, rent has increased, bills has increased, council tax, electricity, water, gas, fuel. Talk about it. People are associating it with whatever is happening in Russia and Ukraine. People are attributing it to everything. But I think that the Bible has said that in the end times, difficult times will come. I think this is just a sign that everything that is happening is pointing to the fact that we are, of course, in the end time. Things that are happening are not even funny. Cost of living now in the UK is like insane. Rent is very expensive. If you live in the city like the way we live, you are beginning to calculate and think of relocation, where to move to, where to go to. I have been doing a lot of mental calculation of late. I'm thinking, listen, should I just move to a very countryside, like very, very remote, with very low rent, and just start my life all over again? It's been a decision that has been really tough, especially because I've now got the kids. They've started their school and everything. It's not as easy to move as it was before. So rising cost of living, I know even those in the countryside that are not paying, you know, that amount of rent or bills we are paying, are also complaining because your salary does not match the expenditure. It is insane. And that is the reason why some people cannot hold it together and they are living. The next thing is the subtle racism. Yes, I don't want to say this word, but it does exist. The subtle racism. Back home, we have what we call the tribalism, where one tribe feels like they are better than the other. One tribe looks down upon the other tribe. I tell you what, in the UK or in other advanced countries, it is called racism, where people who are, you know, the locals, some of them feel they are superior above the skin color, especially if you are a person of color or if you are a black. It is everywhere in the advanced country. In the UK, it is very subtle because the system does not really embrace it or encourage it, but it does exist, where people just look down upon people and not accept or like them and just look down upon them. It exists in schools. I have got a lot of encounter with my kids in school. There was a point my child came back from school crying rivers. It was the teacher that brought her out. She was crying so bad because a group of children have come against her and they were doing very mean things to her. Even me as an adult, I go to work. It exists. Some keep it on the low. Others, you know, make it so obvious. At work, some of the residents make very mean comments to you. Some of the patients are so mean to you. If you don't have a strong head, you are going to back off. with the incidents of my child, it didn't just start with that child. It started with the other kids, but they were, you know, constantly kind of like trying to bully these kids. And I mean, I was addressing it at home until the point it happened to one of my daughters. And when the teacher brought her out of class crying, I remember I wanted to take her out of the school, but again, I sat down and I told myself, listen, this is their new home. This is where they are coming to grow. These are the same people they are going to grow up with. They are going to be working with. If they don't learn to speak up, if they don't learn to face them, it's going to be hard for them. When I came, I faced the same thing, but now I tell you, nobody can look straight into my eye and dare it. You can't look into my eye and dare it, because now I have learned to stand up for myself. And that is the same thing I told my kids. I told them, listen, stand up for yourself, learn to speak up for yourself. I will not always be there to fight for you. If anybody comes after you, do A, B, C. And since I pumped that confidence and that, you know, spirit of fighting back or talking for themselves, all those things have stopped. So I think it exists, but how you approach it will determine whether it's going to continue or it's not going to continue. All in all, as people will say, live within your means, live within your means. Sometimes you live within your means, but the means is not meaning. Like, you are trying to live within your means, but it's just so difficult. However, I feel if you are determined, if you are hardworking, it's still better than lots of places. The UK is still a better place than lots of the places, because you are paying tax. But yes, if you are sick, you have free healthcare system. You are buying expensive food, but yes, if you are hungry and you feel you don't have money to buy food, you can go to the food banks where you can get some food for free. If, I mean, you're not the kind of person that is so fussy about things. If it's accommodation and you feel you can't afford like a standard family house, you will not be comfortable, but you can adjust to live in a shared house space. And I've shared all of this on my channel. So yes, these are the reason why a lot of people are leaving. My friends are going to the US, to Canada. Recently, 2 of my friends have gone to Canada. A lot of them have written enclaves preparing to go to the US. But for some of us, we are just, I mean, we are just here. We are just here. I don't know if there is going to be any change of mind or anything in the future. But until then, this is where we call home, and this is where we have decided to abode. And so this is the reason why some people are leaving. But if you are still determined to be in the UK, you can make things work and you can make things better for yourself. I mean, we are all not destined to be the same. Some can be here and make it. Others can live here and go and make it elsewhere. So it all boils down to you whether you want to leave or not. It's entirely up to you. I hope this video explains certain things to you. Smash the like button for this video, comment in the comment section, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notification bell icon so that anytime I post a video, you'll be notified and be able to watch. Until we meet again in my next video, guys, is bye-bye.